I thought you left.
All right, we should be live. Oops. Let's see, is that me? Nope, I'm muted. Is that your end?
I'm hearing you talk to me. I'm not hearing anything. Oh, I just got a notification that you went live.
Okay. I could hear reverb like it was the video or something. And I checked mine. It wasn't mine, so I'm not sure what was happening. We got 3 people watching with us. Hi, Kathleen Merton. I noticed you said hello in the chat. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. We've got me and Cindy today, and I'm not sure if Heather's going to pop in on us or not. She was going to join us too.
There.
And we're just going to hang out today, chit with everybody, see what y'all are doing to get ready for Thanksgiving. Hi, Hetty. And talk a little bit about what we've been working on in the background. I've been doing a lot of handmade gifts for Christmas. That's what I'm doing. And today I'm going to work on finishing cutting out some paper dolls, some vintage paper dolls that I'm using as gift tags and stuff.
There we are.
Hi, Joseph. Welcome. Thank you. He said he posted to Facebook, Twitter. Good luck.
Thanks.
So, I usually share it over on Instagram and Facebook as well. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So if anybody wants to share what they're doing today, if you're cooking or if you're sitting there working on maybe some Christmas gifts or something like that, and share with us. And what you working on, Cindy?
Oh, I'm working on a Christmas ornament that is the song Silent Night. And I've got it decoupaged on and glued on, and I'm fixing to rough up the edges of it.
Looks nice.
With some chalk. So.
Did you use actual sheet music, or did you like make a copy of the sheet music?
I printed it off. I printed it offline. So, yep. So, anyhow.
Kind of like this. I wanted to keep the originals, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't use the originals. These came out of a vintage Christmas. It's like a kid's playbook is what it's called. I'm not sure what time period because it didn't have a date on it, but you can tell by the images that it's vintage. And I did find some listed online as vintage, but nobody had like a date for it because the date wasn't printed on it. But yeah, so this is really cool. So I got this cheaply at the thrift store. I'm just going to keep making copies of the tags and cutting them out. And because these pop out, you know, you've got little pop out tags and stuff like that. That one's not coming out anyway. And you could actually build a little house that opens up, and there's all these little paper things. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do with them is I just love the images. So I'm going to turn them into gift tags and stuff.
That's cute.
Thank you. And like I was telling Cindy, the girls, I'm going to put those on the girls' gifts, and the little boys that, well, I only have one little boy besides my children, which I won't do this for my kids because they're older, but I'll put the little boy on the thing. And then since each page had a boy and a girl, I think I'll give the little girls a little boy in the bag so that they can play with the doll as an actual doll.
I'm going to share this on Facebook right quick.
Okay. Because they do come with little accessories that you can change out on them and everything. She has a little dress that she can wear. I'll have to print it off because the way I centered it when I printed it, I have to recenter it to get her dress and some of the other accessories.
Right.
I need a sharper pair of scissors than these. These are supposed to be my scissors that nobody messes with, but they do anyway.
Somebody's been
Yeah, they're not as sharp as they once were.
I know the feeling. I went through mine the other day, and I marked I marked paper fabric on them, so that I know what to cut with them. Anyway,
It's like every time I get a new pair of scissors and I tell everybody not to mess with them, they pick them up and they start cutting through whatever it is they want to cut into. And then I go and buy another pair and I'm like, don't touch these then. You have those now. And it's like those come up missing and then they use mine and then those show back up again. And all I can find is a bunch of pair of dull scissors that I don't need.
Right. I understand. I totally get it. So what did I do with? I hate when I misplace things, and I have misplaced more stuff lately. Not jewelry, just crafting stuff. So
Right. We know where the jewels are.
I know where my jewelry is. I got everything together on it. Well, my hands are itching like somebody's coming to see me.
I've been told that means money's coming your way.
Right. They're bringing me some money.
I wish mine start itching them.
Anyway.
I'm going to finish eating my lunch, guys.
Okay.
Because I need to eat before I get in there and start cooking for hours.
So, who else here? Are y'all crafting? Are y'all cooking? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It says we still only have like 3 people watching, and Hetty said hi, and Kathleen said hi.
That's what I come over here to do, is to post.
That's 4 now.
Be sure and watch the thing to see if Heather shows up.
Oh yeah, she'll pop up down there.
So, are you over on the
I got both pulled up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I can see in front of me is a StreamYard, but I minimize my StreamYard to only cover the screen so that I can then read the chat on the right hand side, live chat.
Right.
That way I don't get confused by what I'm looking at on YouTube, but I can read YouTube.
Correct. So
I learned that little trick even with Hangouts a long time ago, because I'd be trying to watch myself as I moved on camera to position things and do stuff. But because of the lag, I was getting all confused. And then I can't remember who it was that told me. They were like, no. Put your hang up video over that video, because that's real time, because it will confuse you. Hey, Darlene.
Hey, Darlene.
Are you cooking or crafting or doing anything today?
Which Darlene are we talking to?
We got Darlene Buckland.
Hey, Darlene Buckland, my friend.
I bet she's cooking. I bet she's cooking away.
I don't know. It seems like I remember her telling me that they were going out. I don't remember.
Maybe.
Because her kids were going to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Tell me, Darlene, did I remember wrong or right? There we go. I got you posted on Facebook, so I know why.
We'll be cooking pies later, she said.
Cooking pies. I have to cook pies later, too. I have to make a pecan pie and a pumpkin pie. And I'm going to make my orange salad, and everything else is taken care of. So I don't have a whole lot to do. So anyway, my mom's got the ham at her house. I bought it the other day, and she's got the ham at her house. So I put this little ribbon on this.
Nice.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I'm going to, for those who haven't seen, I don't know who all's in here that's not on my Facebook. Look at this little snowman I made. Is he not adorable?
I didn't see the added little thing on top and everything. That's cute.
So that's his little hanger to hang him with. So
how'd you make the hat?
I made the hat out of cardboard, and I covered it with vinyl. With the vinyl I run through my Cricut. So
nice.
It sticks to it. I just made it and glued it all together. So anyway, your kids will be gone. Oh, you're going out for Christmas dinner. You made 2 pumpkin pies this morning?
Yum.
I'm only making 1 pumpkin pie this year. So
Casey hates pumpkin pie. That's what he was telling me, but I love pumpkin pie.
Actually, I don't eat pumpkin pie myself.
You don't?
I
I've
love
done that too. I'll make things for people, but I don't personally eat it.
I love the smell of pumpkin pie, but I don't eat it. I don't like the taste of it. So, and then I'm making pecan pie.
You like sweet potato pie?
No,
No. Is it the texture then maybe that you don't like?
I don't like custard pies. Period.
Um,
So there, that's what I'm looking for right there.
yeah, she said I'm making a custard pie and pumpkin pie and apple pie at a homemade pie filling. Yum.
Yeah,
I'm just doing my pineapple upside down cake in a pan. I'm gonna double the recipe and do that, and then I'm gonna make a beef and potato kind of casserole dish. So
I remember when she canned that apple pie filling. So
I do think I remember her mentioning that.
I do. I do. I remember her canning that stuff.
I made some apple pie preserves when I first canned a couple of years ago, and I think we just ran out of it earlier this year.
Okay, that one
Bought a
there.
bunch of oranges. That's what I was going to do. I was going to share some of the stuff that I have been making for my family as gifts. But I bought a bunch of fruit like apples and oranges and lemons and stuff, and I dried them in my dehydrator to make potpourri.
Right. Okay. So me
And
just
that's when I told you I went out there and got pine cones and everything.
yes. Now, want to
Figure out what to make the canned pears. What to make with canned pears.
is it just canned pears? Because I know somebody that can help you out with that. My husband loves canned pears, and he likes them to eat them with cottage cheese. He loves them like that.
I was gonna say if they're just in the juice like you buy at the store and stuff, people make that pear salad during the holidays where they put like mayonnaise and shredded cheese and a cherry on top.
You don't
I
even eat mayonnaise, do you?
No, it's not my thing, but it's what my family likes to eat.
See, that don't sound good to me at all. And I love mayonnaise, but that don't sound good to me.
It's just pure mayonnaise. It's nasty with some cheese and some cherries on top. But here's that jar that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I got the jar for $1, and then this is some red velvet ribbon that I hot glued to it and put the little berries, and then that's a sprig of that. What are the? Not a pine, but a spruce, I guess. What is that tree?
Cedar.
Yes, little piece of that cedar right there, cedar tree thing there. And on the inside, I put some of it, and you can already smell it. But these are going to be the kind where you put water in there, and then you put them on the stove, and you can simmer them. They're the simmering potpourri. But you've got like the apple slices and the orange slices. There's pine cones down in there, cloves. I even put some chamomile in there too, and cinnamon stick, stuff like that. And you can just easily make that. Some of that stuff came out of my yard. Some of it I just bought the fruits, like I said, and dehydrated them. And they can dump this over into a little simmering pot and put it on their stove. And I did it the other day just to see how well it does. And oh my gosh, it does smell like home cooked heaven. I didn't have the pine cones or the cedar in there, so I didn't have those kind of smells. But I did add a little bit of rosemary essential oil in it. And I mean, it smells amazing. And you can add more water to it and just keep using it and using it and using it. And then for the guys, I made some beard balm, which this is organic beeswax. I put orange essential oil, patchouli, bergamot, and I know I put some tea tree in there because men's beards get real nasty, and so you need something to kind of disinfect all the crumbs and everything that fall in there. But pretty much use coconut oil, shea butter, and essential oils and beeswax, and you melt them down. And I just used those 3 little small serving crock pots that I had. And I melted them down and once they get completely melted, then you just add the essential oils at the end and then pour them up into the jars and then they set in. It's a nice cream. You can actually use it as a moisturizer too, because I rubbed it on my hands and my arms and it smells so good. Hey Denise. Love and hugs to you. Thank you.
I should get over here to see the chat. So
Darlene said the apple sauce and cinnamon ornaments make your house smell so good. Apple sauce. How do you do that? Do you dip them down in the applesauce or something?
no, you mix cinnamon, and it takes a lot of cinnamon to do this. You mix cinnamon with applesauce until it gets thick enough to make nearly a dough. Then you roll it out and cut it out with cookie cutters, and then you let them. I don't know if you let them.
It'll dry hard.
Huh?
It'll dry hard like that after you cut them out?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you may bake them. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen
basically an apple cinnamon cookie or something. Yep. And then she said equal amounts.
And then you but it does take quite a bit, so.
But that's cool. I'll try that for sure. She said you can leave them out to dry or bake them, just dry it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
So anyway, but yeah, those are cool.
Another thing that I made for the ladies, I made them some gift sets. And I told Cindy, I got these at Target. They're little sweater, like little sweater cowl neck type scarf things. And they're like this. And they had them in different colors. So I bought each one of those. And then I made my own essential oil scented candles. Now, basically on these, I just remelted some wax that I already had, and then I added some dried flowers. I spent $5 on a bouquet at Kroger, and then I took the flowers and put them in my dehydrator and dried them out and then put them down in the wax. And I put them in these little glass teacups that I got at the Goodwill. And then I made bath salts too. So these are lavender bath salts, and they have sea salt and Himalayan sea salt, and then I use some of the lavender buds in there, and the essential oil I use just lavender essential oil. I don't think I put anything other than lavender in there, and I use different grains of salt too. Like I had the chunky Himalayan sea salt, and then I had and Epsom salts in there too. I did that, and I put the little ribbon and everything. And you can get these little jars are so cute. You can get these at the Dollar Tree and the little scoopers over in the party section like that. I was telling Cindy, I was adding it all up. I was like, basically, I was able to make each person's gift for about $14 a person, which when I looked at the average of what people spend at Christmas time, that was way better. Then they also got a lotion bar. It's also pretty much the same as the beard balm, but what you do with these is you add more of the beeswax to make it more solid. And these just melt, with the temperature of your skin, and you just rub them in like lotion. And I used my silicone mold, just a little square silicone mold, and I put them in the little gift bags I've got a wax paper folded around them to keep them from getting messy in there or anything. To keep them from getting And those kids, I'm going to be making them some goodies to go in their bags, and haven't decided what else, but these little tags will go on here too, so they'll know if it's because I'm going to let them like choose probably. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm either going to let them choose and tell them if they're girls, they got to pick a girl one, or if they're boys. But with the boy, it doesn't give him any choice, really. So I thought maybe I shouldn't do that at all. But that was part of the reason why I was going to do the boy-girl tags. And then I made that little image from a coloring book photo that I scanned in and added Bougie Bear to it and put it on the bag so they can color it or whatever. Something for them to do. I did put those in there, the little stickers that I bought for me and Cindy. Those are like little nail decals, so the girls will love that. They can put them on their nails and everything.
Right.
They did have these at Target. These come in a pack of 10. These are indoor snowballs. And they're so much fun. So I gave each one of them one of these so that they can throw them at each other and play around. But that's what I've got so far. I still got to make some bath bombs too. Hey, Cheyenne, how are you?
Hey, Cheyenne. What is he making? Hold on, I'll show you.
They said I had to tell my bunch their dad and I aren't able to do Thanksgiving like we always did. We're just going to cook spaghetti, easy peasy, and they are welcome to come visit. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just still getting together and eating some good food.
So this is going to be an ornament. Oops, I just lost my button. Oh, well, that's the button. Lost my button. That's okay. I'm always popping buttons. So,
it's just a little more hot glue.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I had put another bow on top of that, and then I decided I didn't like it. So I pulled, this is going to be an ornament, guys. Hey, CCC, how are you?
Hi, CCC.
So anyway, I'm going to, there we go, put a little bit more hot glue there. Listen, I have enjoyed crafting lately. I think because I've been sick that it just has been really relaxing for me. It's like it's no pressure, it's just fun stuff. So I've really enjoyed it lately. So, okay. And back you go. Always trying not to burn myself. I saw some of the ladies that I watch on the crafting videos. They're using Are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
You got quiet on me. They're using the plastic thimbles that you use to quilt with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using them as finger guards for handling their hot glue stuff. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
Oh yeah. We were talking about that the other day. You said if somebody could invent a hot glue gun that didn't string, they'd make millions.
Yeah, that don't burn you. If you can
yeah.
invent one that don't burn you, you've got money in the bank. Okay, I'm almost done, except for I got to put my ribbon to hang it on the tree. And then I'm done with this one. So there we go. Ain't that cute? So cute. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. It's an ornament, and I'm gonna make trying to decide, do I want to do a rope hanger like that, or I do. I do. I made up my own mind. I do. So anyway, and I have another one that I'm going to start. That is a Jingle Bell one. You stand back up there, little snowman.
With these some ideas you'd seen somewhere, or?
Yes, I saw an idea very similar to this, only they used a canvas, and I didn't have a canvas. I just had this little, I don't even know what it is. It was just a little piece of cardboard that I found that was sticking down in my thing. It may have came out of a jewelry box or something like that. Anyway, so
I know the Dollar Tree has those little small canvases there. I bought a couple of those recently.
Yep, I saw it.
I'm loving their new line of craft stuff that they're adding.
Yes, me too. So Okay, let's just get you all buttered up here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna do you like that, and we're going to do you like that. And April, I gotta run for a minute.
Okay.
So anyway, and then I'll show it when I come back. It should be the hanger should be dry.
Okay.
I'll be
I'm
right
just
back.
still working on cutting these out. Got to get them cut around the edges, and it's not the easiest to do with these scissors. I was telling Cindy, I'm thinking since Black Friday they've got those Cricut machines on sale. I'm thinking about getting one of those because we've been talking about doing more craft things and actually making some items and selling those, and that would be real useful for doing stuff like that. I like my sleeve. Are peacocks, do they make a lot of noise? The only one I've ever seen in real life, there's a restaurant, or there used to be a restaurant in Auburn called the Cock of the Walk, and outside the front they had a peacock in a cage, which I really kind of thought was bad, but the only one I'd ever seen. I actually have a photo somewhere, probably on Facebook, of me next to it. Oops, wrong one, wrong button. They screech. Oh, okay. Yes, and loud, she said. We're talking about peacocks screech really loud, apparently.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that they made those noises.
Peacocks. I never will forget the first time I heard a peacock scream. They scream horribly loud.
Now I know me and my mom, she used to run a paper route, a delivery paper route, and there was a part of, like, it was somewhere between Pine Mountain and Shiloh, which is another small, like, unincorporated town, that there were wild turkeys, and they were always up in the trees, and they were always making weird noises, and it'd be like really dark outside, and then we'd have our windows cracked or something, and you'd hear that, and it'd like scare me and freak me out. And I was like, what is that? She's like, it's those wild turkeys in the trees.
So okay, it's all finished.
Cute.
So,
we could do other type songs the same way too. Just make a bunch of different music for somebody that's maybe a music lover. That could be your whole theme of your tree.
yeah. So in fact, my next one, you don't fall, you silly old tree. I don't know if that shows up on screen or not.
I can see it a little bit on the right over there.
I've got it moved out of the way. Let's see. Got my camera.
Got her gnomes and her music and Snowman.
There, I'll mess my camera up now. There we go. Okay, so my snowman is still drying here. So now I have a round one, and I'm gonna do this right quick and so it can dry, and then I'm gonna work on something real fast to show y'all that's real fun. Now I have a little crimper thing, but you can do it other ways too.
Thank you, Denise, for coming by. I hope you feel better, love.
Thank you, Denise. So I like to take my chalk and make my edges where they're not so white. Make them like it just makes them look. And so then I have, this one's going to be Jingle Bells.
Now, did you say those are those little wooden things like what we were talking about the other day? You went and got some?
They're not slices. They're actually just wooden discs like you can get at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
They're not the pine slices. Unfortunately, I wish they were the pine slices, but yeah, I didn't.
Like I told you, I can go out there and I can get some little branches that fall off our trees and I can cut us up
I
some.
know. I told my mom that I was going to, if she had a tree, a limb that fell, I needed it. If she has a pine tree in her yard, like, I need your pine tree limb.
And I
So,
wish I felt comfortable with a chainsaw. I'd go at it, but like I can do it with a hacksaw, no problem. I got one cut out.
yay. Now make sure I'm cutting with paper scissors.
This is overprinted because what I did was I accidentally hit a test print on one of these cardstock pages and I wanted to reuse it. So I stuck it back in there. I was going to print it on this side so it didn't mess up anything, but I didn't have it in there the right way, so it double printed on it. But this is what the page looked like that I printed out. I mean, this is super dark compared to the ones I did. Like I said, it did it twice. But those are like the little accessories, like the hat for him, and I think that's another hat that him or the little girl can wear. And you can't see it, but like that's the dress that I can print out for her to wear. I used to love paper dolls. I used to get those for like birthdays and Christmas and all that all the time.
So now I printed my song, and yay, I did that good.
Okay, Darlene Buckland said she'd be right back.
Okay, you be right back, Darlene. So, okay, so now I just have, now you can Mod Podge, but I don't buy Mod Podge. I just use glue.
Okay.
Just plain old crafting glue. And
if you don't have glue, you can do what we used to do in school and mix flour and water together.
Yeah, you can.
We used to do that.
But before I do that, before I glue that on, I'm going to take my chalk and up my paper a little bit. Just give my paper some, I want it to not look clean. I don't want it to be bright white. So I'll just rub chalk all over my paper. And I'll show y'all what kind of chalk I'm using. But
so you're kind of making it look vintage and worn.
Yeah. And I'm going to crumple my paper up.
Yep.
And so I have this, and I've used all my reds, but I have this, it looks like a makeup palette almost. And it's just like this. It's chalk, and I use it for scrapbooking, doing my edges and stuff like that.
It comes in those trays like that?
Yeah, it comes like that. You can get it in the scrapbook area. It comes like that.
A bucket of the kids' sidewalk chalk.
No, it's not sidewalk chalk. So
no, that's all I have is a big old bucket full of sidewalk chalk. But it'll work the same,
you
right?
can do it with sidewalk chalk, but the difference between sidewalk chalk and this is real creamy, and and it just, sidewalk chalk is has more like gypsum, and it's real. I don't know. It just doesn't.
So maybe I could grade up the sidewalk chalk and mix it with something to give it that kind of consistency.
I'm wondering if you could grade it up, and I'm laughing at myself, and there's a reason I'm laughing at myself. So I'm using this little brush, and I used it the other night, and I didn't wash it out, so the end of it is stiff.
I'm bad with those sponge brushes. I do that too.
Anyway, but you can't. I mean, they're just dirt cheap, and they fall apart just real easy. So anyway, you just want them. So,
yeah.
now, let's go. Isn't it sweet? I love those little. Your little paper dolls. I can remember going. The lady next door, her granddaughter would come over, and we'd play with paper dolls. And anyway, I remember going over there and playing with paper dolls. Okay, so now we've got.
Barbie was saying, are we trying to make chalk paint? Add plaster of Paris to the paint? No, we were talking about like that certain type of chalk uses for her crafts.
Yeah, I'm using. Yeah, actually, I'm going to make some chalk paint. I have some plaster of Paris, and I'm making some chalk paint to add to this apple barrel paint. I'm doing some hold on, Barbie. I'll show you
But
what
I was
I'm doing.
asking her if there was something I could do with all that kids sidewalk chalk that they don't use anymore. And we were talking about maybe putting something, mixing it with something to make it. She said that one's kind of you said greasy or
No, creamy. It's like
creamy.
and it's not like a wet creamy. It's a dry creamy. It's a better, the consistency's better. So okay, so I have decoupaged that on and I need that to dry. But you see how it looks dirty? That's my chalk, and this is the kind of chalk I use. It's a crafting chalk, a paper chalk, and I use it. So so I'm gonna let that dry. It needs to dry just a little bit.
Oh,
And
there's Heather. Hey,
hey,
Heather.
Heather.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
So
We can.
okay, Barbie.
Sorry about that. I am here now.
Yay.
Let me show you. So Barbie, this is what I'm going for. I have this little Silent Night song on a canvas kind of thing, and those edges are inked and chalked. So
And then did you do the Mod Podge over it or the Aleene's or
I'm using Aleene's. I don't have Mod Podge.
Aleene's is better.
So anyway, but yeah, and then put ribbons and made me a little ribbon flower and put berries on it. So anyway, that one's Silent Night. The one that I just did on the round that I'm letting dry is Jingle Bells. And so I will buy some little Jingle Bells to put on it. And I got some little mittens to go on it. And so, but I have a.
Hey, Jude. Jude sent me the cutest little e-card today.
Oh yes, I got my e-card too, Jude. It was adorable.
Ow, shoot.
You're here.
What'd she do?
It might just be something on her end that she can't find us or something, but we can see you just fine.
Oh, no. What I was trying to do is go to my YouTube and mute it and go to your channel.
Oh, okay.
And music started.
Uh-oh.
And it wouldn't,
Party time.
it wouldn't mute.
Okay. Guys, this is a fun craft. Now I'm just using this color paper because this is the color I just happened to find, and I can't cut a straight line to save my soul. And I'm actually going to hot glue this, and normally I don't hot glue these, but I'm going to hot glue this. Normally I glue them. And these make cute little ornaments too. So then I'm going to fold it. Come on. Don't you dare. There you go.
Heather, did you have something you were going to work on? I know last time you said you had a craft planned. I didn't know if you already did it or.
I was kind of working on it. It's nothing highly inspirational. If I was going to like contribute something Christmas,
I'm cutting out paper dolls. How is that?
Awesome. I do know how to tie a floral bow.
Well, you can demonstrate for us. That would be great, helpful for Christmas.
Okay, I can do that.
I am not the best bow tire.
That is one of
right
my my. I can tie bows and put together an attractive helium balloon bouquet.
Oh wow, that's a video you should make. I've never seen a bouquet out of balloons.
Oh, just a bundle of balloons, but there's blowing up balloons, and then there's blowing up balloons and making it attractive. Right. And after you've blown up thousands of balloons, you kind of become a snob at that.
They got quiet.
Let's see. There. Barbie said, I'm supposed to be cooking till we leave for the post office, then invoicing. My family's coming at 11 early to allow going to other in-laws after I have done the table and expired. Laugh out loud. And Jude said, I just groomed my dog. Does that count? Sure it does.
I was trying to communicate with my mother about dinner tomorrow. That's where I was.
After this, I'm going to cook my 2 little dishes that I got to bring with us. We're actually having it at the community center near where my aunt lives because they're also incorporating the her daughter's youngest daughter's first birthday party. So we're just like a twofer.
Let's see. I'm going to end up with 11 people total, I think. My family, though, kind of runs on its own time. You tell them what time to show up, and they'll
This
show
works
up.
out like that too.
They'll show up eventually.
Yeah. There's
Dwayne's
always that one person in the family that's the last person. That's sometimes me.
well, Dwayne's family, if you're not
Everybody-
early, you're late. And I don't really function that way either. But
Are you hosting it at your house?
yeah.
Is that new or is this every year?
This will be our 3rd year. My front room still isn't finished. I still don't have flooring down, but my son will bring out some tables.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember a cloth for the tables. I'm gonna write a list as we're talking about this.
Well, there you go.
And Dwayne does the bulk of the cooking. Other people bring whatever they want to contribute. It's not a big deal. And it'll be my kids, their significant others, my brother, his wife, and possibly my mom and stepdad. We'll see what happens there. I'm not sure if my mother knows what tomorrow is, so
Right.
we'll see how far he can get with her,
Do you think it'll be trouble getting her to come with him to leave the house?
Yeah, it might be. So, but
Jude said, I love the holidays, but honestly, we get more real visiting done in small groups, so I'm okay with the changes that are happening.
that's cool.
So we're just doing, for Thanksgiving, it's just going to be my mom and me and Dave and Jared. So that's all we're doing.
Hi, Myra. My kids won't be with me. They're going to be at their dad's grandmother's house, and I'm going to get them after that on Thanksgiving. So they'll miss out eating with my family, but really they're just going to probably, well, I'm going to keep that to myself.
So for Ian, not only does he spent his whole childhood split it between me and his father, and then his stepmother's family does a thing, and then now that he's married, and so he's got his in-laws, but they are coming out here tomorrow. But I don't put any pressure or expectations on him because he's always been spread rather thin. So, but then Natalie and her boyfriend will be here, and Dwayne's family is getting together. But total, his parents, his brothers, wives, grandkids. There's only 9 of them, and I'm like, we can't bring 7 people to somebody else's house. That's too many. You have to do your own thing.
Adults. There's just tons of children in our family.
And plus we like Dwayne's Thanksgiving dinner better than anybody else's. That's the problem when you do a good job.
Right. I think y'all were talking about that before.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, it's not, you have to remember Thanksgiving is about the food.
Yeah.
If you have to share with people, fine. It's about the food.
Oh, sorry, CCC.
Yeah. This will be the first, we didn't do Thanksgiving with my family. Thanksgiving was always Dave's family's, and we did Christmas Day with my family. But then as my kids got older, we started doing Christmas Day at home, because it was like always rush to open gifts and all that. So anyway, so we started doing it at home. So
yeah.
okay. Thanks, Darlene.
I told you that I'm changing up because we did it with Dwayne's family.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him he got the first 22 years, I get the next 22 years, and then we'll rediscuss it.
So this is the real quick little craft I was going to show while Heather's getting her stuff together to show us how to make bows. So I just made a tube and I just put some glittery ribbon on it. And I have one of these. Have you ever seen one of these? These are called crimpers. And they're made by Marvy. And
it's way cool.
You put them in the end. Let me just stick this in. And it crimps paper together.
So you can do paper and ribbon and all kinds.
A little tube, and you can drop candy down in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, how clever.
How does it make it stay? That's
You
what
glue
I'm.
it.
You put a drop of glue in it, and because you put a drop of glue in here or double-sided tape, when you crimp it, it crimps the paper in together. So, and then you can put candy in it, and then you can hang them on the tree with a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, and it's lots of fun. And I have this one that makes the wave pattern, and I have another one that's just like it that makes another pattern. And they're made in Utah, I believe, by Yukata Company, but Marvy is the brand of them.
Yukata? I'm going to look that up.
So I've had these for years, but they are so
Never seen one before.
They are so fun. And one of the secrets to that one may stay. Let me keep it like that. One of the secrets to making a good crimped thing is to reversing. You crimp flat this way and crimp sideways the other way, and it stays better.
That looks like one of those sour cream containers, the way it's shaped.
Exactly. That's what they look like. And then you have that, and then you can just hang ribbons and stuff on it. You need one. Now I ordered mine like on Amazon, and they only cost like $8. So
not bad then.
So I'm gonna pull the other one out. I've got 2 of them.
I was telling Cindy, I think my Black Friday buy is going to be one of those Cricut machines. I want something that I can do a whole bunch of stuff with.
Yeah.
I'm just now finally exploring what I can do with my just printer, Yeah.
I couldn't remember what that one. Okay, that one does waves. This one doesn't. This one that I've got now doesn't seal up real good like the wave ones do. This is to just make impressions on paper, to emboss it.
Yeah.
See what it does.
Love to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Which you can do those with Cuddlebugs using embossing folders and stuff like that. I have a Cuttlebug that'll emboss, and I have all kinds of designs for it. But this is fun. But I love the other one that crimps and keeps it crimped and closed.
So what did you call it? I'm going to Google it.
It's a crimper, and it's made by Marvy.
Okay.
And Yukata is the parent company, but Marvy is the brand on it. So.
Yep, I won't have to buy my business cards anymore, like my thank you cards. I'll start making all my stuff.
There we go. Ah, Marvy Yukata.
Probably won't even order business cards anymore. I'll make my own business cards. I want to make it all.
So yeah, I'm seeing it here on the website for $16.
So, well, I paid like $8 for mine, but I've had mine. I've had it for, I know, a good 10 years. So.
Did you say you saw some on eBay or somewhere?
On the website.
Oh, on the website. And they're only like $8 on the website?
They were.
Oh, so they were on sale once before?
Or she said she's had it for 10 years. Now they're $16.
Oh, that's inflation. Yes.
But look on Amazon too and on eBay, because sometimes, well, see, now that you have the Cricuts and all that do all the embossing, a lot of people don't realize that they are crimpers too, and they forget that they crimp. And so a lot of people got rid of theirs. A lot of my friends that crafted, they were like, why do I need it anymore? So I'm like, why wouldn't you?
You never get rid of craft supplies.
Well, we've gotten
We
rid of.
do. We were talking about that earlier too. I said,
Got rid of
some
a
of these
lot.
crafty things that we sold, I kind of wished I had them right now.
And I have a whole room of crap because I never get rid of it. And I've even moved it multiple times.
Okay.
Oh, Barbie's blaming me for her having to wear a wrist splint from making bracelets.
It's all your fault.
Oh no.
I say blame her. So, hold on just a second. Myra's asking me if I can show my cuddle bug, and I will.
Okay.
But I'm trying to crimp this again. I want it crimped. Like, you're gonna be crimped. There you go.
Said she found one at Michael's.
So yeah, some of the other companies have them, and they're cheaper. So okay.
I'm also doing a lot of for Christmas gifts. I'm going to do a lot of those brownie mixes in a jar and cookies in a jar recipes and stuff.
So
guys are just hard to make stuff for, so they're going to get stuff like that.
I have to start thinking about. Well, that's not true. The other night, I realized that Christmas was going to be here soon.
Did y'all see what I just done? I knocked that tree over.
Oh no, we didn't catch that. We could only see your little container and your bucket of pine cones.
Listen, I'm so over knocking things over. If somebody don't come clean my room, don't look at my hind end, okay?
Oh, sorry, I made it big. I thought you were going to show us something, so I clicked it on you.
Actually, no. All the candy I eat made it big.
I really should come up with a neighbor gift because my neighbors do treats over. So I should have something to exchange.
I can add you to my Pinterest craft board, and you can see all those recipes and stuff that I've been saving.
That would mean I have to bake.
It's real easy. You just mix all the ingredients into the jar and, put a pretty ribbon around it. Make them a whole gift basket.
Yeah. I remember I did that one year, and I gave one to my grandma.
Do what, Sandy?
I told her to make the drunken cherries.
Oh, yeah. That's for New Year's. I'm going to make drunken cherries and dip them in chocolate.
Oh, fun. You can't hand those out to your Mormon neighbors.
No. Can't hand them out to your Pentecostal neighbors neither. But I can give them to the Catholic priest across the road.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, all right. But yeah, no, the year I had done the mix, in the jar, and then I remember I went over to my grandma's like in January and made it for her.
So I got to get up and get one more thing, and then I'll show you my cuddle bug.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do clever, thoughtful things. Something inside me died along the way.
Well, I was telling Cindy, since I realized that I have like that seasonal depression type deal, that this is what I need to be doing in this time of the year. Since I'm stuck inside and stuff, I need to craft more and do more stuff.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. It took me 2 years to make Christmas stockings just for my family.
Okay. You had to start ahead of time.
You ready to show me?
Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm. You're pulled up.
So this is what a cuddle bug looks like. And a cuddle bug is basically a die cutter, a pressurized die cutter, and embosser. And Heather probably knows more about them than I do.
Actually, no, those hit popularity after I was no longer working at a craft store.
Okay, and to use them, you have to use what they call the sandwich plates because your stuff has to be sandwiched and be under pressure to go through. So we're going to, let's see, let me make sure my paper is.
And so the difference between this one and say the Cricut is this one's more manual instead of.
Yes, this is a manual thing. It is done manually.
Got to use those muscles.
Yes. So we want to do this. So you use these rubberized mats that are cutting mats. You want that to go there. You want that to go there, and that to go there, and you need this right here like this. So basically, they call it a sandwich. You have, okay, here's my little die cut.
Okay.
And they just look like little metal things, but on the back you can see that they're cut and they have blades down in them. So, and hopefully I have the right width of sandwich. I think I do. I haven't used this in forever, and I don't have a lot of room here. It's part of my problem. So, but we're going to try this.
Going digital changed everything.
Cindy, is it Cuttle bug?
Yep, Cuttle Cuddle Bug.
I think Barbie was wanting to know in the chat, wanted me to write it down.
Yeah, Cuddle Bug. So okay. Now, do I have enough pressure? Yes, I have enough pressure. And you crank this baby through, and you have to, okay. Nope, hold on. This plate is too thick.
So what would you say when you bought it was the reason that you got it? Like, what would you use it most for?
Oh, I have all kinds of letters and die cut shapes to cut out with it. I have nearly any kind of letter you can imagine.
So scrapbooking.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it for you to? Okay.
Yes, and let me show you. I'll show you some things.
I was wondering if it was like something that you used maybe with your booth decorations, or maybe at your children's church a lot, or.
There, this right here, and I have all sizes of plates that go with it because a lot of times you have to make sure. Like, see, when I started cranking that, it popped. And I knew that if I went through, I would break the cranker. So I have, these are not Cuddle Bug, but they're nestabilities and they will work in it. So I can cut shapes.
Those make like little frames or something?
Frames, yep. Shape. So anyway, so I got me a thinner sandwich plate here. You go back there.
Oh, cool.
You all go here and be nice and neat.
Barbie said she bids $5.
We're not selling, Barbie. Okay, that one may not have been thick enough. We'll see. Yeah. And so I cranked it through there. And it cut out my snowflake. It didn't quite get it cut out as much as it needed. It could have been just a little bit tighter, my sandwich. But so then it'll cut out whatever shape you're trying to cut out. But the cool thing about them is they also started making these embossing folders. And when you scrapbook, you like to have all your papers looking just as pretty as possible. And so I have all these different kinds of papers that can be all these different kinds of embossing folders. And you just crank it back through here, and I'm trying to crank it back through. Get my plate.
Now, does that one cut like will it do fabric and other materials as well? That's pretty.
And see, it embossed it.
I love that.
Yep. And so you have all kinds. No, these do not cut fabric. And a lot of, see, and I have a Cricut machine too. I have the old Cricut machines. And see, the Cricut machine kind of made this obsolete because it's computerized and it's electronic. And yep. And so it does. Yep. You crank it. It works kind of like a mimeograph machine. And but you have to have all this to do all of it. So I have, listen, guys, I have nearly anything you want to craft with. I have the Cricut. I have the Cuttlebug. I have one of those big circle cutters. She's going 10. Yeah, no, Barbie, it's not for sale. I have a sticker maker too to make stickers.
Oh, fun! Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be major into paper crafts, major, and then I discovered jewelry, and I was lost after that. Dwayne,
I found some sticker paper that I can use in my printer, and that's what I wanted to do too, try to make some stickers.
And Dwayne would say that I sold my soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Right.
So what does Dwayne know?
Did he have to work today?
Yeah, he had to go to his main contract, but where so all right, he'll probably be home before long.
So
He gets up before I wake up.
But to cut out shapes and stuff, and I have a bunch of. I keep all that there, and then I have the Cricuts over here too. So, but yeah, and with the Cricut, they come with the old ones come with die cuts too. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the kit one, and I can show y'all. Let me pull it up. I can screen share. I had it pulled
Before you buy the Cricut, go to the Silhouette page. They will have some sales on this on Black Friday, and check out the Silhouette too. Go look at it.
Yeah, I've just been looking at the Marvy Yukata Black Friday sale. Coming up.
That's a really pretty snowflake. I should cut out some of those. Anyway. Oh.
Let's see. What can y'all see my screen?
Oh.
Be able to check eBay. Yep.
Yeah. If y'all can see, this is the one I was looking at. It's the Explorer Air 2 Sky Plus everything. So it came with all these supplies and stuff.
That's fancy.
Yeah. And so what was the other one called? I'll Google that one up. Look
at the Silhouette.
Okay. Y'all gonna see me not be able to spell. It'll correct me. Okay. And here's their website. So they're going to have a Black Friday sale too. Mark your calendars, biggest sale of the year. We'll just compare and see what they offer on their machine.
All the people that I know that have had the Silhouette and the cameos, and the Cricut, I know people. One of my friends that actually does crafts and sells them online. She sold her Cricut, and hers was one of the Explorers. She sold it and bought a Silhouette because the Silhouette just does so much more.
So, yeah, I'm looking at the Cameo here. Let's see what it does. It's a 12-inch width desktop cutting machine that lets you make precision cuts in vinyl, cardstock, fabric, and more. Print and cut registration, pick, scan, compatible. Contains the cable cord, not too much extra there. I don't know if they have any of the kits like that other one was. But they're saying they have a Silhouette Cameo, Silhouette Portrait, Silhouette Curio, the Alta, and the Mint. And so I don't know what's what.
Right.
On there.
Anyway, so okay, you were talking. Let me just show you this. We were talking about me using the chalk, and this is one of the cool things to do with chalk is after you emboss, then you go over it. Can you see how cool that looks?
Sorry, I was screen sharing with everybody. Hold on. Let me come back over.
Oh, that is way awesome.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah. Gives it a
And
lot of texture.
Way, way cool.
that's why I use a lot of chalk. So then that's cool to layer into like a scrapbook or something. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I have a lot of fun playing with all this stuff. And I've not played with it in a long time. I've not played with it at all here since I've lived here. So yeah.
Barbie said, I have to quit procrastinating. I really don't want to cook this year. I have so many sets of dishes I have collected. Guess what we're eating on? Laugh out loud. Placemats that you throw away would be good for that. That's a good idea. Yeah, Barbie was saying you can make a plate with one of those.
Yeah.
I appreciate paper plates dearly.
I don't have enough dishes, so we have to go paper plates.
I wouldn't dare, like I said, most of our family's children anyway, so I wouldn't pull out the nice dishes for that.
We really don't have that many kids. There's no little kids going to be here tomorrow. The youngest will be Jeremy at 19, so we have no kids.
Mm-hmm. Tapestry turkey placemats. Myra said, I normally go with paper too, but this year I'm breaking out the blue willow. What's the blue? Oh, is that a pattern?
Oh my God, that's the blue and white transfer wear. Blue willow, the oriental look. Yeah.
Nice.
I could collect that. Actually, it's not transfer wear, is it? Is blue willow transfer wear or not, Barbie? You're my person.
I've never heard of transfer wear.
Transfer wear. Hold on, I'll show you what some transfer wear looks like. It's basically where they transfer a pattern onto onto a dish.
Yeah, it looks like that blue and white china pattern, but it's instead of being hand painted on, because like really nice stuff's hand painted on.
Right.
But a transfer, yeah, like she said, it'd be kind of like stenciling it on or whatever.
So hold on. I'll get it.
Yeah, my mom used to pull out the fine china, but I don't have any. And I don't have any
in that cabinet, and I don't use it for anything.
Yeah.
I just look at it.
Yeah, you have to find somewhere to keep it. And you have to wash it by hand.
Actually, I just use this for decorating, and this is actually red and white willow. This is actually willow, and it's from England, and it's not. But they also call this transfer wear. But
oh,
I have an electric like gravy pot that has that on it on the outside of it.
So, but I used to.
That's really pretty.
I used to have the blue and white. My kitchen used to be blue and white and creamy yellow, kind of French provincial looking, but I got rid of all of that and I just dumped a bunch of stuff, y'all. This is just like making me nervous. There we go.
I like French provincial.
I think Barbie said she has that her house is decorated in French provincial.
Yep, we've got the dining room table, the bedroom furniture, in my daughter's room. All that was his grandmother's stuff. That was all French provincial furniture. And then we got some Victorian chairs in there in the front room. I had to get those reupholstered. Nobody's allowed to sit in those. Oh, when am I sitting?
They're just there for looks, huh?
They are pretty and they're there for looks.
Kind of a useless chair.
They have the thinnest little delicate like legs on them. I'm scared people are gonna break the legs off of them. And they're all carved, you know.
People used to be smaller than what we are now.
It cost me a couple of $1,000s just to get them reupholstered. That
Oh,
was
I'm
what
sure.
freaked me out. I was like, "Are you serious?" They had like a satin pink embroidered fabric on them, but I went with that bluish teal satin embroidered fabric to keep it looking kind of original. I just didn't like pink. I wasn't going to go with pink. The rest of her furniture, well, that too, they had the plastic on them, but the plastic was all dry rotted and everything. I had to take all of that off. All right, Barbie, y'all be safe, have fun, and happy Thanksgiving.
Let Belle go to the post office. So, are you going to show us how to make the bow?
Sure. I've got some ribbon right here. I've had this ribbon for years. Moved it a few times even.
So you're working with the wire ribbon?
Yeah, yep. Got the wire on the edges. Let's see. We got to measure it here. Looks like we got 3 yards. Yeah. I do my best with the about 2
No,
inches
I didn't yell.
wide, and 2 yards or 2 yards with a longer, what do you call it? What is that? The thing's hanging down. That's a technical term.
Oh,
Hell.
The
tail.
tail. Yes, yes. Okay, I haven't made one for a while, so wish me luck. Oh, also, I don't have any of the green floral wire. You can get a package of the stems. This is a decorative floral wire. It'll work fine.
Yeah.
Again, wow, I've had this even longer. I've probably had this for a decade. Like I said, I never get rid of my crafty crap unless I can pawn it off on someone or finally use it. Because here in my craft room, there's overflow, and none of it's like useful stuff, like cool stuff like Cindy has. It's just odds and ends and craft projects that I started.
I have lots of that too. I keep those in a shoe bag hanging on the back of the door.
Oh, that's great. I had started doing a dollhouse, just a room at a time, and I have all the parts and pieces downstairs. We'll see if I
like the little ones you can get at Hobby Lobby that you can paint and do everything to.
No, actually, so it's Barbie scale.
Oh,
and I did it all from scratch, just one room using trifold. I've rolled this around my fingers. Trifold board that I cut in half, lengthwise. And then it's kind of perfect to make a room, 3 walls for a Barbie size. And then I decorate it with craft paper and
Hey, Tati.
repurpose things for furniture. So then start doing. So, okay, let me start from the beginning again.
So you loop 3 times down.
So I roll it around my fingers like that. Get my center loop. I don't know if I can do this if I'm thinking about it. And then you twist it. Here. You twist. Well, see, now I was doing it and then I stopped to think about it. Okay, so
Nothing.
twist and do your small loop, a set.
So is this going to
And
turn out to be one of those big, fancy, wide bows?
perhaps.
Well, that's the intention.
I haven't made one for a while. So yeah, we'll see. But that, yes, that is the intention. Okay.
Now, if it's kind of like what I'm thinking, I saw a method where you basically you take the ribbon and you lay it, and then you fold it over and fold it over and fold it over till you stack it up, and then you just gather it in the middle with the wire, and then just pull it.
Yeah,
outward.
those the little board things. Yeah, I've seen those too. So your main thing is you want to make sure your loops are the same length as each other, each set, and as well as the same number on each side, because you don't want a lopsided bow.
Hey, Dwayne.
And see at the grocery store.
I don't know. He just put period in there. He does that when he just wants to let you know he's there, but he doesn't say anything.
No, that's about Dwayne's extent of communication. I'm good at mind reading though, so we're good. And you just keep going till you feel that your bow's big enough. I'm probably going to end it right here with 3 on each side, so 3 pairs, total of 6 loops.
Cool.
On each side, and then you do one last twist, and you bring. So then you got your long tail. You bring it up and you tuck that into. So everything is all together between your finger and thumb, and you're not doing it right unless your wrist is hurting.
Okay. Barbie, don't try this at home.
This would be easier with straight wire because this is kind of a flexible wire, but we'll make it work. Okay.
I'm sick of these paper dolls at this point. My thumb hurts from cutting.
And then, so then you pull it tight on the back. And this part, if I'm making a lot of bows, I have to use little pliers after a while.
Right, yeah.
My fingers get hurting, but for one, we're fine. Now, like I said, if it was the, if I had a long piece of the green wire, then you can, trim it short if you want, or you can leave it long and then attach it to your, like if you're doing a wreath.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I've got it all wired together, and now I've got to adjust my loops and make them look pretty. And there's a little bit of give. You don't want to mess with it too much because then, of course, you just make it look ugly.
Do you have a method for the round ones, like how to make the big round ones?
For the big round ones, you just keep doing loops, just more and more loops. And then when you get enough, you can do the loops all the way around, but I'd need more ribbon to do that.
Okay.
And 5-6 yards. And because this, you can do it so that so there's a little bit of a start to making it a round one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So yeah, I'd want like twice as many loops to do that. And then
Do you generally make a wreath to put on your store?
What was that? I heard wreath, but that was it.
Yeah. Do you usually make a wreath to put on your
90s? I made wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to where I hated wreaths with a fiery passion because I got sick of looking at them. I don't have any wreaths. Julie in Georgia, she makes awesome wreaths. Like my wreaths are never on her level. And I actually ordered one from her a couple years back for my mother-in-law who loves it. And because well, I didn't tell my mother-in-law, which whom I do love, and I very much like her, but there was the macaroni Santa on the back of the door every year since the time Dwayne was a little kid, the macaroni Santa. And so I got her a wreath to replace the macaroni Santa.
Right.
But of course, like I said, I didn't say that. I just said, look, it's for the back of your door. So, and she loves it. So I did not angle. I need sharper scissors, so I just cut it in half. Angle those or do the V cut, but I know exactly where my fabric scissors are. The windowsill of my bedroom. Don't ask me why. I just know they're there.
Watch out, Dwayne.
Keep them close, you know. Don't want anybody touching my fabric scissors. So there you go.
Awesome.
And there is a floral Christmas, whatever occasion bow. I used to tie them and attach them to everything.
Even that style of bow was popular for hair bows in the 90s too.
Sure. Oh yeah, I had one in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that is my greatest crafting talent right there.
Is it popular in y'all's areas, those the wreaths made with like that mesh looking ribbon or
yes.
burlap ribbon
Yes.
or whatever?
They are. They really are.
Those have been crazy. Like my daughter gave me one that she made with her aunt. It's in blue and purple. It was like an Easter one or something.
And you know, I don't. To each their own. If someone else loves them, that's awesome. For me, I don't know. They're just. I don't know. I cannot tell you why I don't care for them. Michael's
I like natural stuff more. I think that's why I'm not a fan.
Michael's Crafts makes the ugliest wreaths on the planet, hands down. Hideous. Hideous. And yeah, if I'm gonna, like I said, Julie, her last name starts with a V. If Dwayne,
yeah, he put it down there, Van Ram or Van Ram.
Yeah. Anyway, she is amazing. Like,
do you have like a YouTube channel, or is she on Facebook or something?
I'm friends with her on Facebook. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know if she's advertised this year.
Oh, I am too. She's from Columbus.
Oh, really?
Georgia, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, because I talked to her once before, and I had said something to her about, oh, well, if you live in Georgia, we could go thrifting together. But I think, she's got health problems or something.
Probably. Don't we all at this point?
I mean, that would affect us going thrifting.
She is a wreath artist. And, once again, I admire art level ability, but I have craft level ability. Probably a lot of it due to lack of commitment. It's like, that's good enough. Okay, I'm bored. What's next?
That can be me at times, yeah.
That is a major part of my problem with everything.
I'll start something with all the intention in the world of putting everything into it, and then I'll just get like, this is taking forever, and now I'll just find a way to make myself be done with it, like get it done quickly. It won't be exactly what I wanted, but I'll be like, I'm done.
Well, and then too, for those of us who've been crafting for 30 plus years, you go look at the prices, and that's why getting stuff online is so great. But you go to, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and you see the prices, and they'll give you a heart attack how expensive stuff is now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to see if you can thrift it and find stuff at yard sales. I mean, around here it's real easy. Like there's a lot of, people that are like at estate sales that pass on, and the lady had a whole sewing room. There's all kinds of goodies to be found.
Yeah. We have parts of a sewing room in our spare room, not set up as a sewing room, but 3 sewing machines. We had this cool thread holder that I've never seen one at the store. It was this big kind of a box, and you would slide out the this frame with spool holders, and I think there was 2 or 3 of them. Anyway, my neighbor, her sister is a seamstress and doesn't have a whole lot of money, so it was charged her $20. All in all, it probably was a few hundred between the frame and all the thread, but it was just going to collect dust here, and it was from a storage unit. And I was like, if your sister can use this, then yeah, awesome. I would way rather have somebody be making use out of it, especially because she, my neighbor showed me some pictures. She's an amazing seamstress, and if she can make money at it, it's like I'll contribute to her cause, so she can be making money for her family.
I've seen some of those boxes. They're kind of accordion. Well, they're more or less, I guess, where you put your sewing needles and everything in, but they kind of accordion fold down, and they kind of look like a basket almost with a handle, but they're sitting on like a stand. They're antiques or something. I've seen them at antique stores.
I've never seen that. Sounds neat. Yeah, I think there's a sewing basket with, sewing notions in there. I have a few of my own, a very few, a couple of spools of thread and a needle.
I find the vintage, like sewing baskets and things like that all the time. And I've sold some. I kept one for myself because, I was selling vintage clothing. So I would pick up vintage threads at estate sales or vintage buttons and all that kind of stuff to repair things with.
That's cool. Yeah, we have 2 sewing machines and a Juki, which all of them would need to be looked at, take them into a repair place and see if what kind of shape they're in, if they're worth anything. I haven't threaded a Juki for 35 years, and I'd have to watch a YouTube show on that.
I had my aunt's really old sewing machine. It was the one that had like the wooden desk, and you flipped over the little table, and then you flipped up the machine out of the desk. Now, it's not the oldest, because I remember my kid's mom, she had one of the old, like what I'm sitting at now, what my desk is with the old pedal.
You're wondering what you mean by your kid's mom.
No, my kid's dad, his mom.
Okay.
He's got one like what my desk is made out of, which is, the wrought iron frame with the pedal.
Yes.
You manually work the pedal. That's what my desk is made out of, and she had one of those. But yeah, it was still like I used it before, but I don't know if I could ever remember how to thread that one I used to have.
Yeah,
because it was complicated.
I don't have a sewing machine. Like I said, I made stockings. Took me two Christmases. I had my friend's sewing machine in the box that it came in, that she loaned me, sitting here in my craft room for a whole year before I finally used it, returned it. But my mom and grandma were diehard Bernina. That was their brand. So last year I looked up Bernina's, went to their website.
I don't even know what Bernina is, though.
It's the brand
their high-end ones are still built in, I believe, Switzerland. Of course, they farm everything else out to China. But their base, their line, their starting sewing machine, $1,000.
Oh, wow.
I do not own a Bernina.
I have this as a desk. A guy made it from the old stand from the sewing machine, but I have one of those Brothers. This is a special edition Project Runway sewing machine.
So then does it have like options for fancy kinds of stitches?
Things that I don't know how to use yet.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I've got a booklet, like it's that thick, but I haven't read on how to use it. But yeah, it'll embroider and all kinds of stuff.
Well, and then of course, if that breaks, something, then it's really expensive to have it fixed or the broken part replaced. And,
yeah.
Yeah. Here sewing clothes used to be what every good woman, learned how to do 100 years ago, and now it's just cheaper fabric is expensive. Cheaper to go buy something.
It's cheaper to buy clothes and cut the material out of it and make stuff.
I have done that. Yep.
I've got so many Pinterest things saved on how to do stuff like that.
Well, that's what they did during the Depression.
Really? They cut up older clothes and made
my grandma and her siblings, their play clothes were made from their father was the fire chief. And so their play clothes were made from his old uniforms.
Oh. My mom just always told me they did hand-me-downs. That's what
my play clothes were made out of flour sacks.
Yeah, that's why they started. Why flour? Like the people who made the sacks started putting decorations on them is because they knew that women repurposed them into clothing.
Yeah,
cool.
I have pictures of me playing as a kid with flour sack clothes on.
Oh.
This is one of the the little tubes that I sealed up. Actually, this is the embossed one. I made it into a tube and sealed it up, and then I put a little bow on it and put a ribbon on it to hang it on the tree.
Fun. How crafty you are.
That would be cool to do with plastic too and make little popsicle things.
Yep, I don't have any candy in it, so but yeah. So
every couple of years I change up my tree. Like I still have all my kids' ornaments from when they were young. I had an ornament for me and Dwayne for every year. We won't discuss what happened to some of those ornaments that didn't survive my children's childhood. And
I kept ours. My mom passed away, but they got broken. A lot of them got broken.
And then you're just sad.
Yeah, I was like, you can't replace this. What are you gonna do?
I haven't put the kids' decorations on the tree since they stopped helping me decorate. Oh, it was like 6 years ago. That this was like this moment. I was like, yep, I got the right man. Yeah, we'd been married for 15 years at the time. So I got a white Christmas tree, and I put pink and white balls and Hello Kitty ornaments. It was a tiny tree. It was just a 4-foot tree. Where we were living at the time didn't have room for a full-size tree, so it was just 4 foot sitting on a coffee table that I got from secondhand place. And my kids were like, "Dad, Mother is putting up a pink Hello Kitty tree. You cannot let her do it." And he said, "Your mother can put up whatever kind of tree she wants." And I'm like, see, I have trained him well.
See, we always knew he was a pushover.
I've never experienced any man that ever cared what I did.
And
I mean, like that. Tyrone is honestly the only man I've ever lived with that did complain about the way I wanted to decorate or whatever. Like any other man I'd ever been with, they didn't care. It didn't matter to them. As long as it was clean and they had something to eat and they could sit down where they wanted to.
So years ago, back when Dr. Phil was still kind of fresh, new, and kind of interesting, I saw him on, it was like Good Morning America kind of a show. And people, that's when they stop in front of the camera out in the street and they can ask a question. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they did back then. Well, someone said that he and his wife had got a house and that he wanted to help decorate it, and she wasn't really grooving on it. And Dr. Phil said, "Let your wife do whatever she wants." That was his advice. And
I mean, it should be, because honestly, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be the ones dusting it. They're not going to be the ones cleaning it or doing anything to it. So why do they care? We spend the most time dealing with it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, even Dwayne's the one who's paying for the house, but I figure I'm the one who turns it into a home.
Right, exactly. And the only reason Tyrone says anything is because he doesn't want the house to be. He's not looking for a mature adult look. He likes his comic books, his things like that, and that's honestly what he would put on the walls if I
He
let
would
him.
love my son's house. That is how my son and his wife.
Yes, it'd be like a bachelor pad kind of
Yeah.
setting if I let him have his way about it.
Yep. I guess my son has more of a flair for that kind of thing than my daughter-in-law, and so she lets him do whatever. Okay, this is what my son did. Keep in mind, no children. Both of them work full time. He paid, I don't know, it was $300 or $400 to get a print of Dave Grohl framed. I'm like, why?
Oh,
Why? Yeah. But he has Marvel and DC and video game pictures, decorations. I think a lot of it is to make up for his childhood on account of that he's an oldest child, and so there is nothing that he had that didn't get broken.
Oh, well, that wouldn't explain Tyrone because he was an only child, so he got everything.
So he doesn't need to relive his childhood.
He does, but he just chooses to. He never left his childhood. Let's get real about it.
So last year for Christmas, for my daughter-in-law, what I did for fun was so she has chinchillas, and they have their own room, the chinchilla room, and I got her a poster that I just put in a poster frame. You know, the whole thing was like $15. No $400 Dave Grohl. And it was of Aquaman.
Yeah.
And I said, this is for your chinchilla room. And Ian saw it. He's like, oh no, she'll be putting it in the bedroom.
Yeah. Everybody got excited about Aquaman.
Yeah.
Whether you like the comic books or not, that's not the point.
Yeah. I saw it in the theater, and I figured next time I watch it, I'm not even going to bother turning the volume up because it doesn't really matter. And the only thing I was upset about is, why did they make Jason Momoa wear clothing? What a waste.
Him and The Rock should never have to wear clothing.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You don't take a body like that and put clothes on it, you know.
You always put clothes on everything. You put clothes on your doggy.
No, I say that.
So I finally got all these things cut out, y'all.
Right.
My thumb hurts so bad. And here were some other ones that were printed out of there that I cut out too. Yeah. These are for the adult tags. I'm going to be right back, though.
Okay.
Dwayne, I feel sorry for you, bud.
Oh no, he knows that I totally have a thing for Jason Momoa.
So
yeah, she said that before.
I'm just glad that you don't do MSP with no clothes on.
No, the rest of us need to remain clothed.
just those two, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how many ugly people God had to make in order to create one Jason Momoa? You know, we're keeping balance in the universe. Yeah, we're talking a lot of ugly people had to be born.
I'll take your word for it. You do realize you're saying all this, and I have no clue who I think Jason Momoa is the one with the long wavy hair kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
I've never seen any of those videos. I don't watch movies, so. And
my kids are so lucky because they have a mother who loves Marvel movies. DC is hit and miss, but for Mother's Day, we go and see whatever, because it's always in the theaters, the latest Marvel movie, except for now, I don't know, I guess they're going with the Spider-Man. They've revamped and redone Spider-Man so many times, but no, I am a Marvel fan. I like superhero movies. I do not like chick flicks. That is really pretty.
I don't like chick flicks either. Okay, I've got to go to Dollar Tree and buy some of the little bitty Jingle Bells. I'm gonna put a Jingle Bell here and a Jingle Bell here.
Isn't
Because,
Dollar Tree perfect for those kinds of things?
yep, because this song is Jingle Bells.
And oh, fun. Oh, I hear Dwayne walking in the door. That is super cute. You know, I think that we all need to come over to your house once a week.
And craft, that would be so fun. Except for the fact that my house is teeny tiny. Yeah.
See, I could set up my front room like I'm going to do for tomorrow, and we could all craft.
Hey, Cindy,
Hey, Dwayne.
you want these?
I don't see what you're showing me.
I know. Hold on. So they're on a sheet like this, and you peel them off, and you see how they are.
Oh, they're sticky tabs.
So, and then you can pop them out for your what do you call it?
For my pegboard.
Pegboard, yeah.
Pegboard,
And you can stick this on whatever you want.
Oh, those are cool.
I've got this many of them.
Oh.
Thousands
of them. So just if you want some, let me know. I'll send them to you.
Where did you get those?
Sure. Yeah.
Ah.
Sure.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'll send you a bunch.
If
and they all. I have two kinds. I have this kind too.
The big one and the.
It has. Hold on 1 second. Let me peel one off here. Maybe. Here you go.
Oh, I like the ones with the round hoe better, but
okay,
those are okay too. But
okay,
the round hoe one's better.
I used to have these in my apron all the time.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you some then.
Okay. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with all this is I'm hanging it on this Charlie Brown tree here. And,
cute. Is it a pencil tree?
It's just a real rustic tree that it's a wood pole. They've drilled holes in and put these little cheap branches in. And I've not fluffed it or anything, but I'm hanging it on. I'm going to probably take the tree and all over to my booth and probably try to sell all these ornaments for $3 a piece.
Okay. Are you not much of a fluffer, Cindy?
Nope, I don't like to fluff. So had you seen this guy?
And Dwayne, I'll wait till April. She's on a smoke break. Oh, she's back. Okay, Dwayne wants me to.
That's a secret.
Dwayne wants me to tell you about our near-death experience last night.
Okay.
So our oven is actually, instead of one big oven, it's two smaller ovens, but it's still big enough in the bottom one to put the turkey, so it's perfect. Anyway, I decided to clean those, which was a total of 8 hours of oven cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
And by bedtime last night, the smoke detector would have gone off. Did we put it? I took the smoke detector down a year ago to paint the ceiling.
That's safe.
Oh, it's back there. It doesn't have any batteries in it. Is it going?
Dwayne, go to the hardware store and get a double one. Get the smoke detector and the carbon monoxide.
Yeah, we have what's the one we have down by the furnace?
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah, we have the carbon monoxide one down by the furnace. Did it?
They have the double packs right now at the hardware
store.
store.
Get batteries for them. So anyway, the smoke alarm would most certainly have been going off had it been in functioning order.
Yeah, when I put mine on self-cleaning mode, it stinks real bad when it burns all that stuff off.
Yeah, and so our house smells really, really bad today, and
I smelled it.
So you need some of that simmering potpourri.
Everything we own now smells like smoke, and we're having guests over tomorrow.
Do y'all have any apples and oranges, cloves, cinnamon sticks, and can he go outside and pick you some pine, put it in a pot and boil it? It'll make the whole house smell good.
Better than your house smelling like cat pee. So.
Oh, we have cats.
I'm so tired.
Go outside. We have cat boxes, but can't wait.
Why I don't do cat.
Yeah, can't wait till the damn
people wrong to die. Pray that your cat will die. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
No, I told you about our crazy old one who moved into someone else's house, but comes around to let us know she hates us, and then leaves. And I keep threatening to catch her and go have her put down. or find what neighbor has her and tell them to stop letting her outside because we don't want her.
We have a crazy cat lady in our neighborhood. She traps all the feral cats, takes them across the state line and gets them fixed and brings them back and lets them loose, and they poop in everybody's yard. And yeah,
we have a feral cat that I had taken in. I've told you about. We caught her and her brother, got him fixed. He died, must have. So she moved in the house, and but she's not afraid of you, but you can only pet her like twice, and then she'll attack you. And so Jeremy says that rather than her being a pet, she's just more of an a-hole roommate. And then we have our daughter's cat, who hasn't been the same since our daughter moved out and left her behind. So she's been sad. And I'm so done with cats.
This one is my favorite one of all of the ornaments I've made.
Yes.
Now, is that from a bottle scrubber?
It's a bottle brush tree, the little bottle brush
Yeah.
tree that at Dollar Tree, they're you get 2 in a pack for $1.
Way cute.
And I made his little top hat.
And then is his head a bell?
Yeah, his head is a bell, and I painted it white.
And super cute. What did you do for his nose?
It's just some cardstock that I rolled up and glued together.
See how creative you are.
So yeah, this one is my favorite. Although I do like these songs. Shoot, I do like the song ones.
That was her favorite.
Well, my glue don't want to stay on his top hat. I had it thinking. It wasn't dry. It was my fault. I had it hot glued and that came off, and then I put some Aleene's and that wasn't dry. So, okay, just leave it set be. Anyway, so now what am I going to make? April, what am I going to make now?
You got that towel planned out to do.
Yeah, but I got to get the sewing machine out for it.
I know. I got to clean off my table. Once I'm done making all these bath products, then I'm going to clean off my table and pull out my sewing machine. Because I need a designated area for sewing, but I don't have that yet.
Okay. I want to make another Christmas tree. What happened to that other fabric?
I've got
After your show.
So, anyway. Are you making something? Oh, don't be nice to her. It totally ruins our image of you. Please.
Dwayne has to be nice to me.
We're going to change this from Craft with Me to Bash Dwayne Show.
That's okay.
That's a good show.
I'm good with that.
I went through a phase where I was repurposing birdhouses. Like, I'd get them from Savers and sand them down and redo them. And I have one that I started, I never finished for Christmas. I was trying to do it for, once for holidays and seasons. Yeah, that one. And then there's the Christmas. Here's a fall one.
That's a cute idea.
There's a fall one.
Ooh,
It's
I like it.
a garlandy thing.
Yeah.
And then here's the incomplete Christmas one.
Oh, nice.
Got to put something, add more to it.
Oh, I have a little gray birdhouse in there in Dave's room. I've got some red paint too.
And I think those ones were actually, I bought
The paint
unfinished from Michael's, but I have, do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, and one out on the patio. I have 6, but I had a bathroom done in Old Lady Pink, and this was in there.
Oh. Old Lady Pink.
But
we're laughing, but we all know what Old Lady Pink is.
Yeah, like powder pink is what I call it.
well, it all started with getting stuff out of my grandma's house that from back in the day. And then I just, but when we moved here, the bathroom was done, there's wallpaper of green and purple. And the downstairs bathroom is Jeremy's, and he can't use a bathroom that's pink. So besides, it doesn't get as scrubbed as often as I would like it. I am not going to decorate it because that is not my domain. That is Dwayne and Jeremy's. I clean the upstairs bathroom and vacuum mop. They have downstairs to vacuum and clean.
Yep. Tyrone has his own bathroom. I share the one with the kids. They're only here, every other weekend and stuff. So.
Oh yeah,
cleaning his is off limits.
I'm more than happy to have my very own bathroom. Absolutely.
I love having my own bathroom.
Yes.
Me and my brother shared one in that apartment for years. And the biggest thing I think that gets on my nerves is that he would shave over the sink and then there'd be like hair everywhere. And that's what I don't like. And my brother has a phobia. He wouldn't clean the toilet or anything. I had to do all that.
Okay, Dwayne's going in search of folding chairs.
Okay.
And my oldest son brings folding tables and chairs, whatever we don't have. That's one of the perks of where he works, is borrowing things when no one's looking.
Have you ever considered doing a booth, Heather? Since you do like to make things and
that is not really a big thing here.
It isn't? Oh wow.
Nope. You can find them, but no, we went to a place in Denver that was really cool, Dwayne and I did. And then I went to some places in Indianapolis when my sister was living there that were also really awesome. But in Utah, it's not a real big kind of thing.
Is it more of just you have a little downtown area that has a few shops or something?
Yeah, probably that's more like it is. Just people, selling things through boutiques. I do know in the past, I don't know about around here, but where I used to live, they would do a Christmas time boutique, with booths. I'm not sure why, because people in Utah are crafty. We're also very cheap and overvalue our junk. So that could be part of it. But,
we have them around here in little antique malls and.
Yeah, because there aren't antiques in Utah.
But it's like I told her, I really want my own booth. I'd like to have a booth too, but they're always got a waiting list, so I can never find one vacant.
Oh, sure, yeah. Just finding an antique store here is very rare, and then their stuff's overpriced. It's not like for you guys. And like I said, way overvalue our junk. Even at yard sales. I can tell you, name down the list of what's at every yard sale, and everything is overpriced. It's really, really weird.
It depends. I mean, you can find really ridiculously priced yard sales around here, and then you can find people that are literally just like, get this off my lawn.
Yeah, even like I went to an estate sale, and the prices were just outrageous, and there was no antiques. It was just, stuff. And so, yeah, that's why Dwayne does storage units a lot, is because going to the secondhand store isn't, it's more miss than hit.
Right.
For when it
Since
comes
they
to
overvalue their stuff, they store it away somewhere thinking it's important. And
absolutely. And then they die, and their children think that they're going to make big bucks off of their dead parents' junk, and it's all ridiculous.
Well, it looks like we've been on here for about 2 hours, so I'm sure everybody's got things
time.
Oh yeah, that's how we do it.
Well, I got 3 things done. I'm excited.
I know, right? I got all my paper dolls cut, so I'm good.
Party over here, party over there.
And hopefully I'll be back again soon for another show on Wednesday like this. I'll come up with another plan for whatever. But yeah, I got a lot of projects in the background, and me and Cindy's got some ideas that we're working on. So,
Yep. So,
but yeah,
anyway.
I got to stay relevant somehow. I mean, I don't really do any auctions anymore, but I am working in the backdrop. You know, y'all can't see it, but I'm back there doing stuff. I'm listing stuff. I have been selling Christmas items. They've been going pretty well for me on eBay.
That's great.
Yep.
So happy Thanksgiving, like Myra said, to everybody. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye,
There you
guys.
go.